What's up guys, Pro Strat number 22, where pros do strats, and NIP tried running a really interesting palace pop with 2 smokes for jungle and for top con, but the liege man over there kind of killed them all, so that didn't work. Even though it didn't work, I think the strategy does have some merits, so let's go through POVs for a little bit. First person up is Popsky. He's going to be throwing this window smoke and then heading straight for the palace before getting popped out. Now the strategy here is basically to throw fake mid control and then set up a palace pop with 3 people coming out palace. Now the theory is sound, the idea is sound, everything makes sense, but Elige just says no to the strategy and puts them on 5-0. Lekero walks out palace. Yeah. That's it. That's all he does. Oh yeah, he dies, by the way. Our easy Rez is going to be throwing his top mid smoke from on top of the trash can, and then makes his way towards palace, waiting for the pop to happen. Important to note that they start walking even though Lekero is already up there, because they don't want to make any noise for anyone that gets into the underbalk area. Rez is the only person that has a chance to trade, but the angle is kind of awkward for him to try to clear it, and he was trying to focus on clearing CT, so he kind of got caught with his pants down. Twist is going to be throwing his jungle smoke from this area of T-spawn, for lack of better terms. From there, he's going to be the one that's actually going to pop the 3 people coming out palace. Now, there's no really specific flashes as far as I can tell, but his smoke can be thrown from a better location, and I will show that later. Unfortunately, because Elige just gets 3 kills, Twist is kind of left alone against 5 CTs, and this round's basically over. Forrest is going to be going towards mid, saving his smoke for top con, which he will throw later. He waits for the top mid smoke to pop so that he can molly into con and then throw a flash, basic mid control, and then he throws his top con smoke before lurking mid. I don't hate the lurk mid. I think it can be very good in cutting rotates off from Cat specifically, but Elige again just gets 3 kills, so GG easy for Liquid, I guess. And we'll pay StarCraft Man some respects. He was actually a StarCraft pro before he became a CSGO pro. Like, it's crazy. How do you do that? I played StarCraft. I was only Diamond, what the heck? Why am I so bad at CS? I wish I was good at CS. So this is basically a fake mid control into a palace pop with 2 smokes being for jungle only and for top con. That's the basic premise of this strat. And to throw the the window smoke, I want to get next to the trash can here, aim at the bottom center of this particular square, hit right, and then jump throw. This is a very common 128 tick smoke that you'll see a lot of pro teams do. And high level pugs, you should be throwing this smoke too, because it denies a very strong opping spot for the CTs. This is paired with a top mid smoke. You can just get on top of the trash can, top right antenna, and left click throw. Alternatively, if you don't want to block the guy trying to get to the trash can for the window smoke, you can stand into this edge right here, aim at the tip of this pole here, and left click throw. I stole this smoke from Team Liquid when they did a fast cat strat, pro strat number 1 actually. Very useful alternative lineup for top mid if you know your teammates are throwing a window smoke. So the 2 smokes that were thrown in this area of A were thrown from mid, so to speak. So the top con smoke was thrown from right here in between this box and the wall. You're going to aim a little bit above this furthest brown paint thing, and then you're going to walk a little bit and jump throw. It's a little precise, but you should get a top con smoke that lands something along the lines of this. Now the jungle only smoke was thrown in this corner of T-spawn. You want to aim in this corner here, walk a bit, and jump throw as well. So these smokes are good, and I like the idea, and it was kind of unfortunate for NIP that Elige just happened to get 3 kills. You know, getting a spray transfer for 2 and then a 3rd over here. But the problem is that the 4th player was actually kind of late, So you couldn't put any pressure coming out A ramp, although the stairs player isn't really worried about that. But still, just being able to be up front and a little bit closer allows you to obviously run up and push this area knowing you have 2 smokes up. Now you can throw this jungle only smoke from right here. Fnatic did this against G2 a little while ago, and I have a pro strat video for that. That's pro strat number 19. And basically you want to stand next to the plank here along the back wall. Aim at the top left corner of the chimney and then up a little bit and jump throw. This is going to land exactly or functionally exactly where the smoke that was thrown from that side of T-spawn was, except you're much closer to A ramp, which means that you can much more easily get a lamp flash out for anyone close A ramp and then throw some kind of running pop flash for the people out palace. So as you can see, this flash can be peeked with, and you can just swing out like this. If the stairs guy is peeking you, the flash that landed above you shouldn't blind you, blind him. And now you have this actual pop. But the main focus is the smoke can be thrown from a lot closer, which will help you with flashes and extra utility. And since this player doesn't actually need to do anything for mid, this is actually probably a much better solution or a way to throw the smoke while supporting the 3 palace pop. The top Conn Smoke is fine. This is a pretty cool lineup, not gonna lie. I would not have figured this one out for quite a while. Although, if you wanted to bring this into a full-on 5A hit rather than having one lurk mid, you can throw it from this corner by the jump upstairs at T-spawn. You just want to aim where this vertical part of the antenna meets the diagonal part here, so you're going to aim right there, and then you want to jump throw. Now these 2 smokes don't really make it that easily to cross into the bomb site. You're going to have to fight stairs and to some extent anyone in the open here, which probably wouldn't happen, but you know, it still could technically happen. So you will need a solution for someone that's playing stairs, and the only real solution I can think of is really good flashes. Now I can't really think of a really good flash for stairs. You can probably just do something like this, which will be good enough because it'll land deep enough if anyone's peeking you to actually blind people there. You could throw one coming out of A ramp, just throwing something like that off the wall. Or trying to throw a standing one like this. But at any rate, there's not really a set flash for stairs like you have a set flash for, let's say, connector, where you could throw one like this. That'll blind basically all of Conn. There's not really one for that for stairs, so you will have to just try to catch them with your generic flash. The one I've been throwing in these examples as I talk is standing in the middle of the door, aiming at the tip of this thing there, and then run and jump throw. Finally, because this is a palace pop, anyone coming out A ramp is going to be very alone and isolated, which does allow for a 1v1 if a CT happens to be pushed up A ramp like this, especially on the flower pot here. The only real solution I have is to purposely throw a flash that the CT can see, forcing him to turn, and then either jiggling or just committing to a peek, so you could do something like this. But then you will have to clear out this close corner, which may or may not be difficult, as well as any off angles along this wall here. Again, because you are alone, it's going to be kind of difficult to be able to clear this by yourself. It's just a risk you have to take doing this kind of strategy. So anyway, thanks for watching, and like the video if you liked the video.